Have you ever felt like you were just hired by mistake? Like there had to have been some type of error in management or HR because you just don't feel like you belong. Almost like you've been playing Pop Warner flag football this entire time and now you're suddenly expected to play in the NFL. If you have been through imposter syndrome or currently going through it now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the worst feeling in the world. Hi, my name is Jeremiah Peoples. I'm a self-taught software developer, and about a year into my software development career, I applied to work with VMware in Los Angeles as a full stack software developer making some space satellite application. Somehow, some way, I guess I got accepted, so I went out to Los Angeles for 6 months to work on that application in the full stack capacity. So I hopped off a plane in LAX. So when I landed, I longboarded straight into work, and then I realized I don't really know how to be a full stack software engineer. I only had experience, manipulating the front end without even React, so I was a bit uncomfortable. So to say I was uncomfortable and out of place is an understatement. So now I had to learn on the job React.JS, didn't know it, MySQL, didn't know it, GraphQL, Kotlin, all these things I had no idea how to use. I just had to do them, and not only do them, but do them in the company of amazing engineers. That guy over there, he used to work for Google. That guy over there, he's wearing a Patagonia sweatshirt. I don't know what that means. I guarantee you that individual codes that good. Patagonia never fails. And for the cherry on top of the cherry, they all use Mac OS. I've never used Mac OS before, and I was having to look down to copy and paste. And you know how embarrassing that is to be the most junior person having to look down to copy and paste? I couldn't even deal. That same day, someone said, "Hey man, you're kind of slow on the keyboard." I bought a Mac that same day. $1,500, dropped it, took it home, practiced copy and pasting, because I was not gonna look like a fool on the keyboard, I thought. Wouldn't it be nice if I could just fix all of my problems, buy a MacBook Pro, and be flung out of imposter syndrome? I wish. Day in and day out for 5 weeks, I tried to learn all of those languages, frameworks, and libraries, and I just couldn't. I felt defeated every single day. I would come back to my apartment, I would curl up in a little tiny ball, and I would just look at the ceiling and be like, is there a way out of this? Being self-taught doesn't matter. Oddly enough, apparently it doesn't matter your background. They didn't really care that I was a self-taught developer. I try to keep it to myself a bit because I know these guys went to prestigious universities in Southern California and I was just self-taught. So I try to keep the information to myself, but when it finally came up, it was so simple. He was like, yeah, by the way, what college did you go to? Udemy. Where? The website. Oh, cool. Hey, what feature do you want to work on today? What? And we moved on after that. It was such a non-factor that I was like, wow, this feeling of imposter syndrome is definitely in my head because these people don't care. They just want me to write nice code. It doesn't matter that I'm a software developer that learned on Udemy. They just want me to write nice code. Okay, it's been 5 weeks of feeling like complete trash, garbage at my job. But this feeling of imposter syndrome, I'm understanding, is primarily just living in my own head. And if it's living in my own head, that means it's my problem and my job to fix it. Because no one else is gonna come in here and be like, hey man, you're worth it, you're good enough, every single day. They're not gonna do that. So the task was, how do I get myself out of imposter syndrome? It was the simplest mindset switch that was finally able to get me out of imposter syndrome, and I thought about it like this. Back when I was about that big, knee-high to a grasshopper, it was 2007. That's the year Pop, Lock, and Drop It came out for reference. I was playing flag football. I loved it, I was enjoying it, but I wasn't really the best because I was that big. Like every kid though, I had role models, I had sports heroes. For me, it was Devin Hester and Reggie Bush and Walter Payton. I wanted to be like them so bad. So every Sunday when Reggie Bush and Devin Hester were playing, I would sit down in front of the TV and just watch. But I wasn't just this little kid who wanted to be a fan. I wanted literally to be them. I even grew my hair out to match Devin Hester's dreads. And to be them though, I'd have to study them. So every time they did a move or a juke that I couldn't do, I would write it down on a little notepad. I would go out in the backyard and I would practice that move until I could do it, and it was a part of my arsenal. I did that method of studying their moves and adding them to my arsenal for 10 years. And at the end of that 10 years, I wasn't saying I'm like a Reggie Bush or anything, but I was pretty darn good. Leaps and bounds better than when I first started in 2007 playing Pee Wee flag football. And that was the switch that flipped in my head that finally made me realize, okay, this is what you need to do. Except now I didn't have to wait until Sunday to take notes on the best in the industry. They were literally right there with me pair programming. So every single day I would keep a Microsoft to-do list open, and every time I heard every time I heard something that I didn't know, recursion, binary store, I would write it down on my little list. And then at the end of the day, I would come home to my apartment and I would study that so that I could add that new skill to my tool belt and become a better developer every single day. The things I saw in common between playing Pee Wee in 2007 flag football versus being a junior software developer is that everyone starts somewhere. No one's expecting a person just starting out in industry to be just as good as the people who have been in industry for 10 years. I'm not gonna be a Walter Payton, Peyton Manning, a Devin Hester when I just start playing football. We are also not going to be the greatest software engineers when we're just a year into our careers. Looking back on it now, it's so ridiculous that I even tried to make that kind of comparison. Imposter syndrome fades over time. Like everything in life, practice makes perfect. And if you're going through it right now, ask yourself, what are the exact reasons you feel like an imposter? And that's your answer right there. Those are the things you need to work on. Make a list of the exact reasons you feel like an imposter, and then day by day, practice those things, cross them off the list. And I guarantee you, as soon as you cross a couple more things off the list, 1, 2, 3, 4 things, you'll feel like less of an imposter. We were hired for a reason, and that reason is not to worry about, am I good enough for this job? Was it an accident? No, it's just to contribute to the team and to the product. That's our job, and we need to figure out ways how to teach ourselves how to learn, how to grow, so that we can do that job to the best of our ability. Embrace the uncomfort. If you're feeling uncomfortable, that means you are in the perfect position to grow, and you are in a place that is challenging to you. So embrace it, enjoy it, and work hard through it. Good luck on whatever journey you're on. Stay hungry, stay motivated. I really appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.
Love.
Love.
I'm in love with 2 girls at one time.
Time.